Alright, welcome back. Let's see, I gotta get my stuff in order. I just started today. Which button do I press? Someday I'll figure out how to organize scenes and things. But anyway, welcome back to the At the Ends of Eras game development stream. This time, I think I'm doing some interior decorating still. I might do something actually fun, though. Didn't I have, like, things that I wasn't gonna ship? Oh yeah, first thing. I realized when I was watching the VOD, because I go through the VODs to add chapters, that I was gonna test that there's a bug that I noticed, but then I got distracted by a more obvious bug, which was that the stars render in front of the terrain. Oh. And I never actually tested why that bug happened, but basically one of the coats that I traded wasn't saving. So let's go see what that's all about. Oh yeah, also, we're listening to the Pinstripe soundtrack, which I've, lower it down a little bit, because I think it's louder on your end. But basically, this is another one where I just bought the soundtrack edition of the game, and I have not actually played it. Do I have any? I don't have anything. Let's set the time. So if I save here, and then we start again, I think what's happening is that this particular awning was not getting its material saved properly. Yeah, see? Because now I have this, and I have this. And that reloads the game, and it... Yeah, so now all of these are the wrong thing. Okay, let's do, let's see what happens if I swap this one for this one. So what I'm suspecting is neither of them will be, saved. Yeah, okay. So I just broke all coat-like things, except for ones that have a fixed coat. Let's read through this code to make sure again. So, if it has a node, if it does not have a coat, oh. I don't think this is right. Because now this is exported. So it's saved, I think. If we go to the, Oh, I know exactly why. So the carpets aren't affected by this, but these awnings are because they're editable children. So it saves this coat that's here. Well, what if I just did... So what if this just didn't execute here? So, like, what if it was just, if not coat and not editor hint. So what if we just didn't bother with that, and then... Let's Let's just do this instead. If engine.editor hint turn. And so now I need to go through every single one of these coat likes. Let's do actually. Oh, right. Hang on. I did that wrong. But hopefully that should set all of these to work properly now. So let's go back to here. Because basically what it was because that coat was persistent, because these were editable nodes, it was not loading it from the actual in-game state, I think. So let's try this one more time. And someday I'd really like to improve the shadows. But are these? Yeah, okay, now these are correct. Let's make sure they work with the other things. I know what would be fun. A camera to attach when the wardrobe is active. Okay, but let's save. Okay, so those seem to work. These seem to work. Let's set the time again to noon, because I'm seeing something weird there. But I think it might just be because I have so many duplicates of this coat now, that maybe what I should do is so let's get these terrible looking coats up here. Or in here, I guess. Well, I don't know. I'm not really digging the hearts either, so like the effort of making preset materials and then using it to make just some lame like heart carpets. Like really tacky looking. Alright, those are right. This is correct. This is correct. Okay. I think I fixed that bug finally. I mean, I guess it wasn't that bad. It was like in the last, like, 20 minutes of the stream. Okay. But what did I do here? What are these errors from? Ah, okay. So why, if the crawly... Hang on, let's go to my enemies. My list of numerous enemies in real life. No, I mean because I deleted a bunch of materials that I thought I didn't need because it didn't warn me that they were used by other scenes. And it turns out they're used by other scenes. So let's just, and eventually I need to add some more enemies. But let's export all of these. Excuse me. So we need, for all of these, they're going to have placeholders. Take your time. There we go. Why is it in its own folder? Oh wait, I didn't save when I exported, I didn't save this one's settings, so let's just do this again. I need to get a better setup for like announcing the streams, because there's like 5 different sites where I want to announce them. Because there's my Discord, there's a co-host, and then there's Mastodon, but all 3 of them have different formats for things like hashtags and things. Well, Blend or Discord wouldn't use hashtags, but you know, the other 2, they use hashtags in completely different ways. So maybe I should make some sort of like syndication app. I just realized I could listen to music while I work. Like my actual job. And then I could have more music to share on here. Because, you know, I tend to have a very limited selection of like the same like few albums. And occasionally I'll get something new. But I'd like to have more variety. But I guess it's also because the music I actually listen to tends to be things that'll either be too loud for actual background music, or I'll get copyright claimed. Because it's like, not supposed to be streamed. There's still the fact that streaming is getting bigger, there is a weird relationship there between streamers and game publishers, because it really is probably the best way of marketing a game, but at the same time, it's making content essentially like that very heavily relies on the game a lot of the time, or most of the time. You know, so it's like music, where it's like making, you know, like a TV show, you could argue, is transforming music or using it in a different context than it was originally intended for something, but they still have royalty payments for the musicians because it's still like, you know, it's not a fundamentally different thing now. Even if it's like only part of a song, or like played over a radio, or like played in a specific context with extra video. So I wonder if they'll be in the future, because I think it varies by game and by streamer. Like, because there's a lot of streamers who you watch, or people watch. I don't know if you watch them, but you know, like variety streamers and comedy streamers, where it doesn't really matter what game they're playing, because they just play whatever they want and make content that's basically unrelated to the game, more or less, or like is using it as fodder for like comedy. See, so I need But then there's other streamers who basically depend on playing like the latest and greatest thing, or they depend on playing a specific game and getting attention from people who are interested in that specific game and not so much the streamer. So those are people who are relying more on the actual game itself. I wish I'd just designed my little exporter right the first time, but then again, now that it is right, I'm very looking forward to making a different game in the future with all these little innovations that I've done. But I would really love to make my own engine. Let's see. So I don't know how much of these things that I've developed will actually be useful. Well, I'm sure I can learn. Okay, this is an interesting one, because this area is not loaded. Okay, I see. There's things that are missing resources or missing data. God. Okay. Let's go through every single file. So yeah, I deleted, because these are all things that where I deleted the material, so now it can't load because it can't find these. So mat, table, stump. So let's just go through all of my furniture or something. You know what, let's even get a list here. So this is my lovely description, because I'm also going through all my old streams and adding like chapters and descriptions and things to them, and that's been fun. I only got to like 6 though. So we need mat, table, stump. Wow, I see 100 of them for this exact thing. Okay, is there literally any other thing that's needed? Nope, only these 2. Okay, so this is easier than I thought. We'll just go case by case. And then the incense. Oh, and I guess in summary of all the things that I was saying, probably in the future, streamers will have to give developers money, or at least some publishers money, and it'll vary depending on game to game. Because some games basically use it as advertising. I think it's going to go genuinely. I think it's genuinely going to force me to go through one by one. It's only going to show the first thing that fails. Okay, let's go to 112, and let's see what it actually says. Fruit stand and shelf. I don't think those are the only ones. Those are certainly not going to be the last of them. Let's go through, instead of that, This is the wrong place. Okay, so let's just go through all of these. See which ones throw me an error. This one won't. It might actually somehow only be these two. But I'm going to go through each of these anyway, because I don't want to... I'm tired of doing, like, one-by-one things. Oh, these are just materials. Okay, shelf. So where were these, actually? I should make sure that I actually know where these are. They're both in furniture. I'm gonna assume these are fine. Yeah, okay. Okay, so for some reason, it showed me half of them, and now it's showing me the rest of them, which just so happens to also be only two things. And I'm pretty sure it's one item each from two separate chunks. No, okay, I guess it is two. Alright. So this is the garden thing. Fruit stand. It makes some sort of sense that it's objects that are textured, but not really, because it still exports a material. It just exports one without a texture. So I don't know, what the significance of it is. Or why the texture would actually cause that. So what was it, the shelf as well? The other one with textures? Oh, that's a placeholder. Okay. So we have still a lot of these materials. And since I'm doing that today, I guess I could do that. Because it's not really super high priority, but I also don't really have the brain power right now for, like, modeling and stuff. Okay, so now it actually seems to work. Maybe. Let's see. So these I know. Actually, I know where these are from. And actually, I do remember why it sometimes does and doesn't work. So it's because anything that has a... So it's like, actually, by default, these don't have materials. So, like, yeah. So this has no material. If I were to set a new material here, even if it didn't have a texture, it would still be there. So let's go to open. So chunk 62 is one of these that I need. Because it has these. I hope it saved the right thing. Yeah, and this one also. I need to do something different with this. This sucks. This looks terrible. Like, it's so obviously a thing just, like, repeating over and over. Oh yeah, also I'm gonna get rid of all my low-res things, I think. Eventually. So what is this? Oh. Why did I set it up like that? That's stupid. Okay, get rid of this thing. So we're gonna merge from scene 62. Just get everything here. And then we'll do rock. Brick. There's a lot of these places, they just need... Well, this place just needs anything. Like, I made this whole area. I think it's just... I have such a bad habit of making so many loose ends. So hopefully with the fact that I have a to-do list, even though none of this... Well, this stuff is on here, but it's like... It was on the older version. But oh well, this'll make me not go insane. Like, I can delete these now. And I'm pretty sure I can delete these. What is Matte Pale? Yep, wrong. Matte Copper. Material 001. Matte Gem. I think this matte basic is used. circle. Is this anything? What is this actually? Why am I using that for anything? Okay, so let's get my... Oh, I know why. Okay, so it's not because of this. Because here, this circle has our water material. Which is exactly what we have here. So what I need to do is now we can go to back to our entities. Environment, copper. No, not copper. Ancient. Fountain A, large. No, that's fine. Is it circle then? Like, where's my circle? It's gotta be in here, right? Because I think this thing... Entities, advanced, environment, ancient. Fountain A, large, TSCN 1. So I don't think this is safe. I think this is just like this has been lost to the ether of time, this thing. Alright, so what is this thing used for? Scrap pile mesh. Do I use these anywhere? These scrap pile meshes? I guess for this thing? But where do I use this thing? Huh? Weird. I guess it's here. Environment copper. Scrap pile is probably in here. No, it's in meshes. For some reason. Okay, so now I can at least get rid of this dang thing. So this thing. Grass 1, plain. Foliage? Oh, right. I have plants and foliage. In a very smart move. Alright, so what's this one? Items gem. This was back in the ancient times when I was still using PBR materials. I'm going to change the title to something that makes more sense. Because I'm not actually doing anything with interiors right now. Oh, right. Matte Basic is actually the material that's used for terrain, I think. Is it though? What would happen? I think let's go to the world. Because I'm pretty sure this might actually not be the case. I think this is the... Yeah, this uses terrain main. So what is matte basic used for? Because I can just go to the world. And then we wait. Oh, and I can mark this off. Because that does work now. I kind of want to see, are there any bugs that I haven't fixed that won't ship? Always render the stars behind the terrain, occasionally very long startups, periodic crashes, make sure you can't request a rescue in areas that break the game. So these are all like ongoing things. Except for this one. But this one, I'm going to say this is going to get bumped down. Occasionally very long startups. This might be, I think this is more of an editor thing maybe. So these ones are important, but they're also very rare and hard to diagnose. Make sure you can't request a bug. So this is another one that's this will just be ongoing. And I'll say, honestly, well, if it literally genuinely breaks the game, then I'll do that. And this one, if it doesn't crash the game, that's fine. For some reason, it took me several tries to save. But okay. So, and the last thing here with this one is the music, which will take a while. This one, so the house will be a lot of stuff. The quest will be a lot. But okay, now that's working. So now I need to save again, which exports again. So yeah, I'll need to do some writing off stream for this. Because basically, she's going to be a reoccurring character, like I've said. Okay, let's get this. So I think all of these are things that are good. Yeah, so these materials are here. I think this one is not something that I want. Because this material should not be... Why is it a... Why is it a... Can I do, like... Do I have an emissive material that would work with this? I guess that's fine. Basically, this is a PBR material which doesn't work with my drop shadows nicely, but it's only for this emissive part of this, which is either black or like glowing, so it shouldn't really be affected by it. And I guess I did it that way because I didn't have whatever I was missing. I don't know exactly. Okay, and all these should all be like non-PBR. Yeah. Oh wait. Matte mouth. Why is this here? Okay, let's... Now I have to do a little playthrough to make sure I didn't break anything. Oh, right. The world is... It'll be a bit. It'll do what it needs to do. Now I should plan. So I have a month basically to do all of my won't ships for V3, and I guess I have a plan for everything except for the quests. But those are also like, honestly, these are like the least important part because these aren't even going to be in the demo. Because like the game itself can't ship without Persephone's quests, but like the player isn't going to get them. What the hell is this? What did I lose? Attempt to call function instance on base. Oh, I see. It's because the weapons don't have this. Okay. Can I like... Okay, so I have to copy each and every one individually. Let's go through the materials again. Wave shot, probably pistol as well. I'm not seeing the... Wait. Let's do it anyway. Pistol, other weapons. Oh yeah, there it is, okay. So that's because Blender is again, or Godot is again helpfully not indicating, or it's indicating sometimes when the material isn't used, but not other times. And I think if the little star doesn't show up, Blender doesn't actually save it, even though there actually is something different with these. Hang on. The reason the relative path isn't there is because it used to not actually use these export settings when it was automatically exporting. So every single time I had to disable the export when I was saving, and it's like so much wasted time. That oh yeah, this one is screwed up because I know that this one actually still uses this material. I'm pretty sure. So you know what? I'm gonna put that in here. Let's do like finish weapon textures. And that's going to be V3 visual. It doesn't feel like I'm really completing things so much as I am finding other things that weren't on the schedule to complete and then adding new tasks for myself. What else do I have to talk about? I guess I've been following the development of that show, The Amazing Digital Circus, which looks kind of neat, because I've been a fan of Gooseworks for a while, and she's doing the, because she did, what, Elaine the Bounty Hunter, and before that it was Run Mo, and then she just did music before that, and also the comic that I don't remember, where she keeps making jokes about the fact that it's never coming out, or that it's never continuing. Oh yeah, I should remember those. Yeah, it's nice to see that she's getting like a big budget voiced show. Because I talked about Murder Drones before, that I feel it's pretty good, even though it does feel a little bit like every episode is missing like 2 minutes. Because it feels like a lot of the times there's not quite enough context, but it's also in line with shows like oh, what are the there's so many animation shows. Madness Combat is what I was thinking of. Like that sort of like internet show where it's like there's a bunch of lore and it's not quite ever explained. This is not here. No, this is not here. I explicitly set it to not export. Go to the pistol. GLB export. Data. Material. Placeholder. Alright, no other materials were created without my permission. So hopefully the game starts. No, it didn't. In fact, there's even more bugs now. So if we can't... the rocks. I literally joked that the rocks, or I was like, okay, let's just go through these. We will one day get out of this. Because now... Okay. All the rocks. Chunk 77. Chunk 88. Chunk 100. Chunk 127. Chunk 112. Hut. Okay. I mean, I guess it was overdue for me to, like, properly apply all of these effects anyway, because I changed my thing. Because what I really need to do is go through every single entity and remove that, export it through here. We're going to be here a while. What is it? Environment stone. Because I need to go through each of these and set this setting, so that way they don't create new materials. And also so that way the repository actually works, because they used to use the absolute path, which naturally changes if I'm operating on a different hard drive or a different directory. So yeah, these ones, like, there's a 100% chance this one's going to break. And it just isn't telling me yet. And I hope, against hope, that all of these will actually work. Or that it'll remember this stuff. Like that they're actually saving. Because I've definitely, I've kept having issues where the export settings weren't saving. And I'm almost certain it's not enough to just save after I export. I have to actually edit the mesh in some way, because, well, sometimes I guess it's fine. Because there's sometimes not an asterisk next to it after I export. But oh well. This is just sometimes what game dev is. So I guess I could potentially make some sort of script that does this, but I don't actually know, because like it was already hard enough to just get it to export like a file. Because with this I'd have to like figure out like what directory relative to this directory do I want, and then how do I actually like click these boxes and save them. Because like I tried starting it with certain settings already manually set, and it didn't work. A lot of these I could do like what I did for the furniture, where I like make this have higher detail and then I do a decimate on the collider itself. And I can like duplicate them from the same model and just have one have a modifier. That'd be good. Because I am thinking, well, then again, I do like the like clarity of having most objects in the game, or at least most large objects, like there's a one-to-one correlation between the object and its collider. You know, so I would get more detail, but then there'd also be like performance problem or like risks of performance issues, because I mean the game doesn't run super well anyway, or I'll have to do a lot more work. So maybe keeping it low poly is the right call, especially since I'm not really that good of a modeler anyway. Do I use this? I mean, it doesn't look super good. Because I remember it looked like those candy pumpkins that are made of the same like material as a candy corn. You know, while I'm doing this, let's talk about. So I'm wondering what I'm going to do for my next project, because this one still, admittedly, is like 2 years away, but that's not an infinite amount of time. So at some point, because I have ideas of either resuming Kitty Gets a Burger, which was the 3D platformer I was making before this, or I've been having ideas for a roguelike FPS immersive sim kind of thing. That one would probably be more technically challenging. Because Kitty Gets a Burger would actually be technically simpler than At the Ends of Eras, because it's not an open world game, it's just a level-based thing. But I guess if I make my own engine with that, that'd be quite a bit. But I think in the end of this, well, I guess I don't know if I'm going to do that, though. This is a stone thing? Oh, and it already does what I want. Yeah, eventually I'm going to have... Because I've talked before about how I think eventually I'm going to need deferred rendering for this game. So if I get that in place, that'd be so much change. That'd be probably so many changes that I could keep using it. Then again, one of the things I want that I've talked about before is more interactive editing, where basically, like, I can edit something in Blender and then switch to the game and it's in there. Or I can pause the game and edit things in-game. Or, like, even, you know, edit code and then recompile it and then have it reloaded in-game. And there are ways of setting that up, but it's not compatible with Godot, because it has to be really, like, considered from the ground up when you're designing your, like, code. Because, you know, you can do it with the scripting, but also the scripting is pretty slow. Especially, like, adding and removing things from, like... For some reason, just having something in the update loop really slows Godot down. You know, like, I've had noticeable stuttering from objects being added to the loop. Or, like, loaded that have, like, a process or physics process function. Yeah, so if I started from that, Kitty Gets a Burger is technically, in most other regards, much less ambitious than this game, because it wouldn't have so many complicated materials, and it wouldn't have so many, it wouldn't have, like, the loading, the dynamic loading, and, like, streaming things in from a separate thread and putting them in. See, let's stop this. So now, what I could do to be really drastic, you know, I will do it. I have to go through every chunk. Well, actually, there's not that many, honestly. Because these aren't the actual chunks themselves, these are the materials for the chunks, so it's actually not that bad. Or chunks that have unique models on them, not just any chunk that I've edited, and not all of the chunks. Oh yeah, my lovely little staircase. What are these? Oh yeah, these are little, like, asides. Eventually I'll do something with this. This should not be here. There we go. So that was 34, okay. See, I'm trying to think what else are exciting things that I'm doing. Oh yeah, eventually I need to figure out if I'm going to actually keep this thing, because it looks kind of bad. Oh, this is all here? Not a fan of that. Yeah, this looks bad. Eventually it's going to go. Or I'm going to either really commit to actually building something neat on it, because it came from a dream that I had of a sideways town. I haven't built the town, though. And that's kind of like the crux of it, you know? And it feels like it's going to be a really big pain to actually make this into a town, because I'm going to have to put all the buildings all sideways. So maybe the best idea would be to model the city as it was standing, and then just bend it down. Hang on. Oh. What if I delete this one? Because that's... Okay. This is the one that actually is here. Which for some reason links in 59 different objects, but that's okay. Okay, but that makes a lot more sense. But it still looks bad. And also there's this stuff underneath it. Oh, and this one's actually properly exported, I think. Hey, it is. Also, we need to go here. Yeah, again, I'm thinking there's a lot of, oh yeah, I didn't do anything with this. Yeah, this is another unfinished thread. Because this was, for Natya and Yomi's quest, which I also still haven't done. So you know what? Let's put that in here as well. But that won't be V3. That'll just be... Wait, don't I have them? I do. Okay. Oh, I already have it. Okay, good. This is just a nice tool. I just like this tool. Okay. So many things. Ah, this one as well. Another unfinished area. Because I got so focused on, like, these things that I didn't even, like, block out an actual city that looked decent. One of my big problems when I create things is I hone in on, like, really tiny things and don't make, like, a consistent scale of detail or, like, consistent level of detail. So there's these big empty regions with things that are, like, way more detailed than they should be. And that manifests in, like, at, like, multiple levels of thing. Like, the fact that there's this big, huge thing here, and then there's these, like, little tiny pillars alongside the road and stuff like that. Like, even just, like, just the relative density of polygons in this map, which isn't as dramatic as many others, is sort of an example of that. And you can absolutely see it also in the terrain, which goes from, like, basically no detail to, like, way too much. Or, like, different scales of just stuff and formations and land. What is here? What is this? Why is this here? Like, I don't think this is used for anything. I mean, I guess I'll export it. Hopefully that cube wasn't needed. Yeah, this is our thing with another 56 bits of stuff attached to it. Why is this hidden and not that? Yeah, these are so old that they're from, like, Blender 2.8. So I'll have to go through and, like, replace the proxies with library overrides eventually. Yeah. And this is another one where there's a 100% chance that it was going to crash the game when it loaded in, because those materials would have been loaded. It didn't indicate it to me. Why is this one? Wait, what is this one? Wait, what was this? What was the other one? So this is chunk 107. This is chunk 109. What is this for? What? Huh? Which is which? Interesting. I appreciate that it, Oh, wait. Because of this. Wait, no. Hang on. I'm not seeing a... Oh, okay. I know why. this material here. Oh wait, no, for the preview. It's material / environment / terrain main dot material. Okay. So now it should actually work. Did not. So what's the bug? It's not here. Okay. There it is. So let's close all tabs. Let's see if the world actually still works. Because it should. Because it looks like it does. I think it's that world reference does not have these anymore. So if we go here. Yeah, now they're busted. Because these are using no materials anymore. So it's using the default. So that sort of... I mean, it indicates pretty clearly where the terrain is painted and not. So that's kind of useful. Yeah. And eventually, I'll do some more stuff here. But okay, so this does actually work. Then what is 109 though? And why is it here? So like, what if I go to 109 here? Because it seems like, okay, so 109 is just a completely different chunk than what this is saying. Like, this house should not be here. Because whatever this is here, this is 107. So I'm just gonna delete this 109 here. Proxy user been root. Yeah, good. What is this? Oh, my physics simulation stuff. Get this out of here. Because it used to be that this would break apart in a spectacular fashion, but that just was bad. Oh. It just looked bad, and it was annoying. And it didn't really fit the story, and it would confuse the player, because then it would feel like there's like some big moral choice to, you know, either destroy the towers or not completing the game. And it's like, no, I don't. I want the player to complete the game. Okay, so that's 113. 113 low res. I guess this is fine. For now. Because for now, I need to do a rework of the low res stuff. Okay, this one's good. I think. Hang on, let's make sure though. Yes, it is. Okay, we're in the home stretch, at least of this part of this. Hey, look, this one's right. I think. Yep. Because I needed those materials to be blue. Do I even... Oh yeah, I guess this level might be kind of hard. I should do some playtesting with these. Because I think this part here is actually unreasonably difficult. So I'll probably... You know what I'll do? I'll even just make it easier right now. Boom. Now it's easy. And I don't think this is this... I don't even know where this is. I don't know what this is connected to. When did I make this? I guess it's fine to have it there. Material, mesh, data. Oh, there we go. My brain sort of fell apart there for a second. Okay. And we'll double save it just to make sure. And this thing, this is also not used anywhere. So what I'm going to do is not export it for now. Because I don't think, because basically this is basically cut content, I'll say. But okay. Let's see if the game loads. Well, let's make sure that was everything. So it's all the rocks and all the stone. So yeah, I did all of the stone props, all of the other things. Let's see if it works. It probably won't. I think I need to do literally every single object in the game with that. Why is this chunk here? Like this? Hang on. Map bug. Let's go to the... Okay, so... Okay, let's go... Didn't I get the bug in the, I guess maybe it's in visual? Or, like, items. So, like, assets, items, bug. I guess I gotta do all of these, actually. And some of these... Well, a lot of these look terrible also. Like this one, I just gotta like make an actual like typeset letter in like LaTeX or something. With like a letterhead. Because it very obviously looks like, you know, trying to lay out text in a painting program. Oh, okay. I also want to finish the game jam I did recently. But that might be, I might take a few weeks after this release, V3, to do that. Wait, no, this doesn't go here, this goes here. Maybe? Well, hang on. Is it ended? Wait. Am I in the wrong thing? Where am I? Okay, here it is. I think it was just there were a few times when I accidentally exported a GLB into the Blender folder, so that's why that wasn't there. Yeah, because I need this one. Eventually. Wait, what? Why is this one not, like... Because didn't I literally do the gem, like... Oh, well, whatever. I bet it's a case where I actually, I think I know what happened. It's because, again, sometimes it just doesn't save these settings. Like, if there's not the asterisk up there, it won't save it. I'm pretty sure. Like, it'll just tell you that it saved the file. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. So what is this mat one? Like, where is this mat one being loaded from? Is it, like, 112? Is it 112.tscn? Oh, wardrobe. Copper. Electrical. Jackie. Okay. I'm gonna turn on my this little light that I have for my webcam actually doubles as a kind of nice desk lamp if I just turn it sideways. So it's instead of blasting in my face, it's blasting down on the desk. But okay. What is it? Environment, copper. Okay, this isn't that bad. I saw the asterisk wasn't there. Hang on, let's make sure this actually saved it. Okay, it did. So this one goes... Does this one actually have a place here? Okay, it does. And I'm almost certain it's actually the pail that I need to export, but I'm going to do all of these. Oh, yeah, and at some point we switched to the Dreaming Sarah soundtrack. Yeah, this is a one where it doesn't do what I want. Okay. So now I need the wardrobe. Which I don't think... Oh yeah, I need, yuck. And these aren't properly done. Oh, but this is the wardrobe. Is it in furniture now, maybe? Hang on. Entities. Wardrobe. And then I think the last of them, for now, in the next 12 seconds, you know, until like 2 seconds from now when I realize that none of these work properly. Oh yeah, and I can test here, so this... No, actually this is fine. So this is the collision only for this. I could try doing a decimate, but I don't think that would work as very well. Yeah, because this geometry was just too dense for it, but I don't think it would be smart enough to handle, like, you know, bridging these. Okay, so I'll just leave this as it is. Is it in furniture, Jackie? Where is this? So it is environment furniture. It's just, I don't know which one it is. No, hang on. T share. Okay. It's under GLB/Jackie, which is dumb. That's a terrible place for this. And I can distinctly see... Aha. So sometimes these modifications don't count. Like when it exports, it adds those settings. I don't know why, it just doesn't count it as a change to the file. Wait, did I actually remember to export that one properly, though? I think I might have been distracted. Okay, no, I did. So now, last but not least, the T table. Okay. So maybe I should just go through, like, the chunks and see if any of them are missing things, because... Aha. Ancient. So I need to go through all of the ancient props as well. And do those. This is the price I pay to not have extra materials clogging up my, thing. So what is it? Environment. Ancient. I mean, it's not that bad. Oh, wait. But this is going to be, like, such a big... I was intending to have this be, like, the first, like, 10 minutes of the stream, like, or, like, a quick fix, and then I was going to do something else. I mean, I guess sometimes I just need some, like, dumb labor to not use my brain. So this is fine. Let's double save that, because I don't trust it. Yeah, see? Didn't mark it. Didn't mark it as saved. It wasn't worth changing for it. I need to do more stuff with these. So I have, like, all these gravity puzzles and things. I need to... well, what I need to do is make the platforming and the story stuff more connected. Because right now they're almost entirely divorced. I don't know. I don't want to just have, like, journal notes or something dumb like that. My back is killing me. I mean, I guess I can just sit up straight. But yeah, another thing I'm looking to invest in soon is a standing desk. Because also this desk is just slightly too tall for me. So it's like just a little bit uncomfortable to like move the mouse. Because it like my arm wants to cut into the desk. Or like scrape the edge of it. I hope I'm putting these in the right place. Wait, this isn't even like the right thing, is it? Oh wait, no, it is. It's just that. Is this the right thing? I don't think this is the thing anymore. I don't think this is a thing that I use anymore. I'm just not gonna have that, I guess? Yeah, it's weird how sophisticated Blender is, but the fact that, eh, like, is it adding a... So if I save here, and then add a property. No, so that works. Okay, so it's not just adding a property that doesn't work. I don't think this is even used anywhere. Data material placeholder. Okay. Let's see, so it was chunk 8 last time that didn't work. And now it does. Okay, cool. They're very, very slow to open. Okay, there we go. Circle.glb. I do not know where the circle mesh is, though. Is it just in assets? Environment? Like, hang on, I'm going to search through here. So let's do desktop assets. Circle.blend. Circle thing in assets slash in... I don't think this is the right thing, is it? Circle.blend. Now, if only it deemed a... You know, if it gave me permission to open this stamp. Didn't I look there? Didn't I literally look there? Am I just blind? Do I just not know how to see? Okay, but this looks like the right thing. Yeah, this was going... So let's do GLB export. Good enough. So that was because I just didn't have a circle. Okay, so let's close all of these, because I think that's slowing things down. So it's chunk 54. Is this one that couldn't load? Matte Bug and Copper Scrap 2. No, they don't have broken dependencies. Can I delete this one? Is this one used anywhere? Why is it used there? Why am I exporting the same object in two different places? Hang on, let's go to this one. If I edited this so that instead of having this here, I just had the bug. I don't get it. Because also, why is this thing here? Like, why does this exist as like a thing? Oh, it's because it's a rigid body. That's stupid. Well, whatever. So if I get this again, and then load chunk 54. Okay. Wait, actually, I have a great... No, wait, no. Yeah, I do, actually. Let's go to the desktop. Let's go to my project folder. So if I'm in project GLB items, enemies. Brilliant. I had to figure out what piece of crap I didn't properly, like, export. Like, I'll keep that. Yeah, I guess I'll keep the low reses that are here, because there's some that are good. But okay. So 54. Environment Copper Scrap 2 has broken dependencies. No, it doesn't. I went through it painstakingly, and it does not have this. It is not supposed to have this. Where is it? Oh, it's because it's here. God damn it. Hang on. Let's go through the assets. Oh, this is going to be really screwed up. Because, if these have relative paths, that means that moving them here... Oh, God. Okay, so it's because a bunch of these copper things were not in the copper thing originally. Like all of these... No, not this one. Create... the drill, mine shack, small, palaces... platforms. I think road segment is not, and then the scrap. All this crap needs to be and tower. Okay, and then I think all of these need to be in the copper section. And they'll all need to be re-imported, re-exported, whatever they are. You know, what if I just do scrap 2? And then the rest of these, I take as they come. There we go. Back to the grind. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have issues. So let's go here. So it's crate 1, data, material, placeholder, export. Just move this thing into, hang on. So this entities, environment copper, just put it in here. Ta-da, magic, miracle. Then if we look at this, they still work just as good as before. Okay. Is it loading? I can't tell if I just haven't clicked it properly or if it's just taking a really long time. Okay, there we go. Right, that's because the electrical things didn't save. Or because I didn't do the electrical things. I really need a more graceful way of doing this in the future. Or like of automatically setting all this stuff up. Like, I guess this is one of those things, like, the same with how I should have, like, started from the beginning with one particular setup of, like, default files, because, like, things like the fact that I want to have back-face culling and stuff like that. So I should have set up my project exactly how I wanted it, because then you can make a project, like just a random old Blender project, into your default. And I could have like I could have these settings actually automatically, or like at the very beginning in like the default project. I do not know if I'll actually remember that though, because that's going to be like, I'll need like a workflow like guide. So I don't know. I'll put that on the to-do list of like, this is literally a save it for the end, so this is like post-release. So I would decide on materials early, set up Blender how I like it. I'll figure out other things to add later. Yeah, because also things like consistent naming would have really helped. Um, plus tags, because I really prefer tags over like a hierarchy now that I have them. Like the fact that I can just have, like I can make whatever I want and just tag it like a V3 or anything. It's basically been like exactly what I want for a project. Or exactly what I would want for like the resources and files. Because I don't care. Or because it tends to be so fluid. Like it's really difficult to use just one hierarchy. Like the scripts for the player, do they go in a scripts folder, or do they go in the player folder, or do they go under, you know, player slash scripts or scripts slash player? This is untitled. Why is this untitled? All right, I'll let's just data material placeholder. Let's just get this out of here. So these untitled things. So this was environment, electrical. Then project GLB environment electrical untitled. All right, let's try this again. Hey, it worked. I think this was the one that didn't work last time. I mean, it seems like it would be, because it's the one with the electrical things. Okay. Wait, I shouldn't skimp out on 77 low res. Let's go through the plants. thankfully... Okay. This is because they're under foliage. Despite the fact... Oh well. Assets. Get all of my foliage things under plants, because I... This is going to be one hell of a git commit. Good thing I'm the only person working on this project. Okay. So I just need... So I'm pretty sure I did all of these, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. These are going to be important to do then, because these are guaranteed to not be compatible. I don't remember this song. Oh, we're back to Pinstripe soundtrack. Do I have the Artful Escape soundtrack? That'd be pretty good. I like that I like that game. It was... I bought a big bundle of Annapurna games, and it was one of them where I was like, I don't know. You know, it seems kind of like, I don't know, navel gazing, because there's a lot of... It's a game about a musician, and I'm kind of always hesitant about art about artists, because, you know, like, how many books are about an author? How many movies take place in Hollywood? You know, it's always like, it's like the default posture of a person is with their eyes firmly gazing at their navel. But it was actually pretty nice. It was more like an interactive 80s movie. You know, like a kid going on a crazy weird adventure that's sort of like symbolic of his struggles. And the kid just so happens to be like, what, Billy Nelson's nephew or something like that. Some stand-in for a famous musician, like famous country musician. But he wanted to be a rock star. I don't actually know. Hang on, I need to look up Billy Nelson now, because I feel like I'm going to look like a jackass if that's not his name. Willie Nelson. No, his son is Billy Nelson. Yeah, it says, quote, one of the most recognized country singers in history. And I got his name wrong. Oh well. I do not know if I've ever actually listened to a Willie Nelson song. So is this all of the trees that I needed? I'll say yes. Why is this? This is a rather dumb looking low-res version. I'll just not have that. So also, this one's kind of bad too, because it's like, why would I have like half? I'm just gonna not have this, honestly. Oh wait, no. Crap. Chunk 88 depends on the low res. That's a bad setup. I shouldn't have done that. Well, I guess I shouldn't get too distracted. Because the real goal is to just make sure every chunk loads, because that means every game will load, or the game will load, probably. Which means that I no longer have any materials that are referenced by things improperly. I do see 112. Environment chunks, chunk 112. No, it's clearly not. It's clearly not here, game. I guess I'll save and close. I don't remember doing anything to any of these. Okay, so what is here? Okay, now there's no black strobing. That's good. So that means, ideally... No, okay. It's over there now. Why, though? Why, though? So this, I unchecked it. Now if we export... I guess just visible objects, active collection, include nested. No, not include nested. So the active collection is this one. It is not this one. So if we go... Jesus Christ. What? It doesn't have nodes now? Jesus Christ. What is wrong with this thing? Save. Export. Export. Do it. What is wrong with this thing? Fine, I won't do that. Fine, I'll do this. God damn it. Let's do visible and include. Root node is an instance, but there's no base scene. No, there is a base scene. It is here. This is the scene. This is what the scene looks like. This is what the scene looks like. So then if we go here... Alright, what if I just delete this? There we go. Look at that, easy. Did I have an extra scene called Chunk 112 low res that I was looking at, and that's why it didn't work there? Like I deleted one of... Because I have been deleting some of the low res GLB files. But why... Wait, but that wouldn't make any sense, because it was because I changed this that the GLB wasn't loading anymore. It wasn't because I suddenly deleted the file. I don't get it. But we're in the home stretch for, well, I mean, I guess we're honestly, like, not super in the home stretch. Because there's a lot of, well, no, you know what? I'll say it. We're in the home stretch. Is there anything in here? Why is this... I would like the city to be in here. Like, I'm not going to have this. Like, if it's just going to look bad. And like this one, like, well, no, I actually need this one because it hides this hole in the terrain. Right in, oh, I guess there is no hole in the terrain. Wait, no, there should be. There's definitely, like, supposed to be a hole in the terrain here. Maybe I use the rocks to block it. What if I just... Yeah, okay. That's what I'm hiding. This. Oh, it's already open. Oh, because I was already going through them and almost done. Alright, and I was going to delete the 137 low res. Okay, we are getting painfully close. Yeehaw, Cowboys. The game probably loads. Let's close all of these, and let's go in. Oh. Hang on. Oh, wait. I'm going insane. I thought my brain is, like, not working anymore. But okay, somewhere in here is a mesh. I don't know where it is. Because, like, I don't... Like, where's the mesh? Oh, it's here. Well, why is it... Like, I can just have it here, and then I can just have this be, like, children only. Like... In fact, what if I just did... Ah, whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna rock the boat on that. This is gonna have this material override. Actually, it'll have the emissive material override. Yeah, now I need to make sure all my collectibles, all my enemies have the right materials and stuff. Tomatoes do not. So this is actually just things where I didn't set the correct material in the first place. So this is just sort of making it more obvious. So let's do like, I guess 0 for now. Or like no subsurface scattering. Maybe a little bit of that. A little bit of specularity. And then tomato. I should probably go through the whole game. Well, I guess it can just be an ongoing thing that I, notice and fix when I see it. Alright, let's make sure... Do these guys have the right material? They do. Well, it's hard to believe it's already been 2.5 hours. It's felt like 8. But I guess I don't know, teleport around. See if there's anything obviously awry. I guess the most obvious place that some... Oh yeah. These things still need textures. Like this is unrelated. These just don't have textures. I mean, I guess I could let's just throw something on these real fast. First off, let's get some... Save that. What are they called? Stand? Shop stand. So I know these, for example, are supposed to be coats. I don't know why they aren't anymore. Is it layer 13 that they are, or layer 15? Okay, it is 13. So yeah, now it'll have a little coat. And then material let's do this. Do I have any wood materials? Let's do triplanar local coordinates. Let's do maybe like this and like 1. That'll be okay. Because now these will actually like look good, sort of. They look okay. A little bit more diverse. Oh wait, they need to be double-sided. That's what I'm missing. Okay, so now they look a little bit better. And I can also go back through, because there's this light here. You know what, I'll do that too. I forget what the code was for that. But it was, ambient light, maybe? What is this script? Enable light, node path light. If has node light, get node light to principal equals enable light. That's not really ambient. Because I need to I don't remember where this script was. Oh, okay, here it is. Look at that. If has node light, light as light, C start, C end. Okay. So it'll just interpolate and average all 3 of those out. All right, let's see how that looks. So now these should have, yeah, look at that, little lights. Though admittedly, if we set the time pretty late, then it's a little bit odd looking. So eventually I should make these, let's just add that to our to-do list. So this will be pretty low priority. Make the ambient light from the shop stand based on the and this will be a could ship visual, maybe lighting, that could be useful. The game crashed in the background. Hang on, so let's try this again. See how this works. So is it a consistent thing? So if I alt tab out of that. No, I don't want this. I want this. I don't think it is. I think it's specifically a I think it might be not specifically related to actually saving here, but something else. Alright, whatever. I'll just leave that as it is. I wrote it down. May not actually be able to reproduce. Okay, but let's... a responsible amount of changes for one commit. So there's modified. Okay, so some of these, because I modified or moved them and modified them, it doesn't register that they were renamed. Like these plants. Oh, well, who cares? Why does shift space not spacebar? Like what could it possibly want shift space to mean instead of that? Oh well. There we go. How big is this change anyway? 3 megabytes. No, 6 megabytes. And yet, for some reason, there was a 50 megabyte upload at one point. I still don't know what on earth I did wrong there. Oh, maybe it was from messing with the stars. Because my star multi-mesh is in a separate file, and that's like... I don't know how big that is, actually. Let's go to the project. Maybe it's in areas? Stars.multimesh. That's only 2 megabytes. And I don't really commit it that often. I don't, like, you know... If I was, like, you know, changed it, committed it, changed it, committed it. Because I completely regenerate it every time, so there's not really, like, a small diff. Like, that would make sense, but I don't think I did that. Oh well, whatever. That's it for today. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll do cool things that are fun and interesting, rather than going through and setting the export settings for 1 billion files. But, oh well. See you then.